And we should now be live. Good evening, everyone. Let me just check. Yep, everything is working fine. Excellent. Hello, Caleb. And welcome to I'm just going to check my camera's microphone is working. It is, apparently. Yes, good. Sorry, I have to sometimes occasionally check OBS because it sometimes ignores the fact I have a microphone plugged in. So, welcome to what is usually my mod testing map. This is the map I use specifically for testing mods. It's actually quite a nice map. I quite like this one, kind of set out to with the 3 big areas for dinosaurs and stuff. However, today we're going to be using it to test and check out all the new stuff from the update. And I just want to give my thoughts on it. So let's start with the first thing that they've added, which are the new paths. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to replace some paths in where's the best place where we've got a lot of light. Let's do some path replacement over here. Actually, we've got quite a lot of light. So this is basically what they call the facility path. It's just basically this sort of grey. It's not grey. It's like a brown, isn't it? A brown sort of. I think it might be the Return to Jurassic Park paths, or just sort of retextured a little bit. I mean, it's kind of bland, but it's a facility path. Then we have our what they call the classic path, which is just a darker brown sort of dirt. I think they could have done more with this. In fact, I'm tempted to do a mod where I indent this to make it look like the Jurassic Park Operation Genesis path, because that's a bit bland on its own. I mean, extra colors are nice for people who want to do path art, but it's just a bit bland for me. And then you have this posh path, which is obviously clearly based on the path they had in Return to Jurassic Park. Let's go down into the first person. Clearly based on the Return to Jurassic Park path, the posh path they had in that, which had the same sort of indentations and these same metal indentations. I really like this path. I am tempted to mod it and change the color of these indentations to a blue or a red to make it look more like a Jurassic Park path. But I really like this path. It's my favorite of the ones they've added. Definitely. Let me just replace those with what it should be. I mean, having the new paths back is good. Although I would say, why weren't they here to begin with? So, we got the paths back. It's good. And mods do work. I've got most of the mods still installed that I've always had. I have just noticed my path mod has been replaced, but so I need to check that my path mods work okay. But yeah, let's move on. So I know they've also added a new gate, classic gate. Let's extend the fencing out slightly. Let's just build a very simple rectangle with them. There are definitely no new types of fencing. Heavy fence, invisible fence. Yeah, no, there's definitely no new types of fence. But so we've got the classic gates, which are pretty similar to the ones in the first movie. There is a new fence, is there? That's the same. That's the same. Is that the new fence? This one topped with the Y shapes on the top. Because all the others look... Ah, right, okay. Okay, well, it's nice to have a new fence. I mean, this one is a bit less... it's less sort of imposing in terms of its colours and obvious markings. This one you could get away with placing in any park or in any area, really, as like a security fence or something like that. So that's useful to have. Hello, Jurassic Tyrant King. But I know, Bugger. We'll get to the log. Don't worry. We're gonna go through every single decoration that we have. Don't worry. So this is gate, obviously designed to mirror the one at the beginning of the movie. I have heard from some people in the Evolution Square Discord that there's quite bad hitboxes with these in regards to how you use them. But obviously, because I'm using Kyadenics mod, I don't have that problem. And it's nice to have these gates, although I am curious. They don't look very large. Let's... I'm curious if I can actually get a Jeep through them. Because they look kind of small to me. That is tight. But yeah, I can see two things I don't like about this, or I can see one problem and one thing I don't like about this. The first thing I don't like about this is that the whole reason you have two gates on either side is that you are only supposed to have one gate open at any one time. This is an airlock. It's designed for safety. The fact they both open at the same time makes it useless. It needed to be longer so that only one gate opened at any one time. The second thing I can foresee a problem with, and I'm foreseeing it here already, is that the AI is going to really struggle to get the Jeeps through such a narrow opening. And in fact, let's close up that off. Let's grab that Jeep and let's put him. Why did he just disappear? I don't know. But yeah, you saw there how it was getting stuck trying to get through that gate. I foresee there being a problem quite a lot trying to get the AI to go through those gates. So I believe there's nothing new in the feeders. I believe everything else is now decoration. So let's check those out. So I'm just going to place all these down. Again, we need to find somewhere where we've got some good vision. So we got Jurassic Park flag, Jurassic Park flag, flag. Same flag that was on there. A nice banner. And a nice rock formation. Banners. Yeah, it's nice to have Jurassic Park era banners to replace the ones, obviously, the existing flags and banners we have. They are all kind of Jurassic World themed, so it's nice to have these period banners. Again, though, I'm like, why weren't these here to begin with? These are sort of decorations we should have had already, considering the Jurassic Park era was in-game. Why didn't we have matching banners? Hello, Rory. This When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth banner. Yeah, quite like that one actually. I'm not sure I like the metal that it's been put up there with. I kind of would have preferred something more like the flaming obelisk, like a rock work of some sort. Hello, Jacob. What, these banners are not part of this decoration update? Because if they're not, I haven't seen them yet. Only the 5th one is new. Really? Okay, I didn't realize that. Oh well. And this rock formation then. This is actually quite nice. I would quite like one in a sort of Jurassic World style, so that we can have like a Jurassic Park and a Jurassic World one. I have to say the actual symbol, the logo on it, is a bit low def. I would have liked it to be a little clearer, but I'm sure someone will fix that. But yeah, it's a nice enough statue. Okay, well then in that case, there's nothing new in there. I'm gonna guess there's no new trees or anything. No. So let's go to here then, which is where I expect most of them to be. Right. So we have a closed umbrella and an open umbrella for wanting... I'm not sure what the purpose of these would be in a park if you don't have the seating around them. But it does give us more options. I suppose if you want to do like a beach area, there's a new pylon. A new pylon.
You must construct additional pylons.
Oh, okay. They've just given us the old Jurassic Park pylon from the Return to Jurassic Park DLC from the first game. Okay. Anyway. All right. So we have the gates. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so it doesn't have doors, so you can't open and shut it. Do people know if you... Because obviously I have Kyodenic's mod on. I assume this... You can build a path through it. I assume that's how it works. It's nice to have a placeable gate, so it means we can now... We can now do... You know, use this as a decorative object in our enclosures, and we can use it to theme particular areas of the parks. That's pretty good to have at last. Again, I kind of think that should have been in the game to begin with. We've got several different lengths of mural wall. Let's have a look at these. We've got one with a door and a curved one, and the raptor one. I'm assuming, again, this one with the wall, with the doorway in, you can place that over paths in the base game, because if you can't, I don't see the point of having a gap there. Let's see, so this looks like... I don't know, based on those teeth, I would go with it's some sort of plesiosaur. I mean, it's got the head of a sauropod, but the teeth of a plesiosaur. There are lots of ammonites and things in this, so I'm just going to call that like a plesiosaur wall. This one is the same, it's basically the same wall, just with a bit cut out. Where should you build a park, Varga? Do one on the Great Britain map, like I've done here. What decoration attraction creature do you want most to see most in the game? For me, it's Dunkleosteus. I would love to have Dunkleosteus. In fact, so I'm literally I'm in the last 10 minutes of editing my video, which I'm hoping to finish tonight, and I'll release it straight away as soon as it's done. And I literally discussed Dunkleosteus in that video, so I hope everyone checks that out. It's a bit of a long video; it's like 40 minutes long, but it's quite an intensive video, and I've been making a lot of stuff for it. So this is just the curved version of the same mural. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed it's the same mural on each wall. I would have liked them to be at least a little different. But it's good that we have a curved piece, at least. And And obviously the Raptor and Parasaurolophus wall from... Now, I believe this is to mirror the one from the visitor center in the movie. I'm actually disappointed that that's just mirrored on both sides and is not the sort of semi-transparent glass that it should be. Although I do like the flaming obelisks either side. That is a nice touch. I mean, all these murals, obviously, they provide easy decorations for doing things like, you know, gap fill and lining off particular path areas. So it's good we have something like that. I'm pretty sure the wall is an accurate Spino. The head is completely the wrong shape, dude. Even for an accurate Spino, that head is completely the wrong shape. Let's have a look then going onward. So we got the logs, or a log is the only log. It would have been nice to have a couple of other types of log, but one log is sufficient, I suppose. I know Evo is raving over the fact that we now have logs, or a log. More than one would have been nice. That's all I'm going to say in regards to that. Sorry, I just need to quickly have a bit of drink. Next up is a Mr. DNA sculpture. That is potentially horrifying. I mean, how big is that as well? Let's go into first person. He's enormous. He's like 7 foot tall. It's also kind of bland. I mean, they could have put something behind it or something more than just that. It's you know, put him in the middle of a fountain or something. That's very bland. In a world of Five Nights at Freddy's as well, I'm going to be constantly concerned he's moving around the park. Yeah, a bit bland. That not 100% on board. What dinosaur should you start with? I always start with something, you know, not massive, something that's gonna be nice to have at the beginning of the park, something small, easy to control and look after. So we have a set of chairs and a nice posh table. I can't imagine that working at a theme park that well, but I suppose it's to go with the umbrellas. Right, and now we have our two statues. T-Rex and apparently Alamosaurus. This is apparently Alamosaurus, according to the game's files. Why is the T-Rex levitating one leg on the rock there? That just looks really, really weird. Why didn't they just put it normally? What a bizarre... And why is the tail curved like that? The tail should be straight. What a weird... They've put that in a really weird posture. I would have had a bit more of a conventional posture, to be honest. It looks reasonably accurate. They've got the head shape pretty good from what it looks like. From the front, it looks alright. From the side, the tail is a bit too curly for my liking, and it's a weird positioning. But yeah, what do you mean Alamo available? What do you mean Alamo? That's a generic sauropod. Not according to the game files. In the game files, this is labeled as an Alamo skeleton. In fact, I will double check what it is labeled as. if you give me a moment. Programs, Steam, Steam apps, common, JWE2, OVL. This is content B, buildings, decorations. Yep, this is labeled as deck underscore Alamosaurus skeleton. So this, according to Frontier, is an Alamosaurus skeleton. Firstly, I don't think it is. It doesn't. I'm not sure it looks a thing like an Alamosaurus, if I'm honest. The tail is too long, the neck is too short, and also the posture is wrong. And again, it's a juvenile Alamo, maybe, but the Alamosaurus is not in the Jurassic Park movie. It's Brachiosaurus. Why is this not a Brachiosaurus? Why would you not put Brachiosaurus? You've got T-Rex. Why would you not put Brachiosaurus in there? Because Brachiosaurus is the sauropod from the original Jurassic Park movie, not Alamo. And if that's an Alamosaurus skeleton, I'm actually on the other bar here. I'm just going to type in Alamosaurus skeleton. Let's have a look here. What does an Alamosaurus skeleton actually look like? Have we got a better image than that? Yeah, so the posture's wrong. The body is too long. The front legs are not tall enough. The back legs are too tall. And the tail is probably about the right length. So, not only is it the wrong skeleton, it's not even accurate at all. So yeah, Frontier, you missed a trick there. Why didn't you just make it Brachiosaurus? Seems really strange to me. We have one more open gantry thing. Nice to see some flaming obelisks back. I really like that one, actually. Because the sort of the writing on it, you could get away with having that in any type of park. So if you're doing mixed era playthrough, you could get away with having that in any park quite easily. I always thought the skeleton in the first movie was a Patasaurus. In the storyboards for Jurassic Park, it's called Alamosaurus. Yes, but it is not an Alamosaurus, is it? It's Brachiosaurus. The dinosaur in the movie is Brachiosaurus. Everybody knows it's Brachiosaurus Rex King. It's Brachiosaurus. It's Brachiosaurus in the book. It's Brachiosaurus in the film. In fact, it's Brachiosaurus in every single film. Alamosaurus has never been in the movie. It's the skeleton from the movie. Which movie? Which movie are you referring to, Green Eagle? Because as far as I remember, the original. What, you mean in the visitor center? I see. Is it supposed to be Alamosaurus? So the visitor center skeleton is supposed to be Alamosaurus. I didn't know that. That's Okay, well, I've learned something today. I'd always thought it was just a generic sauropod of some description. But again, not to put too fine a point to it, but even if that is supposed to be an Alamosaurus skeleton from the visitor center, it's still wrong for an Alamosaurus skeleton. It might be the one from the visitor center, but it's wrong. It's not accurate. It looks a lot more like an Apatosaurus, exactly. I mean, even the head. The head is pretty Diplodocus in like. So anyway, moving on from that, the only other decoration we have is a big pile of shit. Which I suppose makes sense. I suppose if you want to do like a back scene area, you can do a put a big pile of shit there. And is that all? Is that really all that there is? It's 30 decorations, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14, 15, 15, 16. I feel like there's got to be more than... Oh, right, hang on. We do have 2 more. So we have the classic maintenance shed. Look at that. I actually like that. I could do a lot with building like that. Yeah, I could definitely turn that into like a transformer or like a emergency capacitor or something like that. There's a lot you can do with that if you use your imagination. And the original bunker, which I actually want to compare to... Oh, that's the JPOG emergency bunker they gave us. I mean, I would say that this is basically the Jurassic World Evolution 1 Return to Jurassic Park emergency bunker, just ported over to this game. It's nice to have it, because it's, you know, a lot smaller, but obviously it's not going to be usable, but you could have it as background scenery, I suppose, or you could make it into like a pretend... Have it inside an enclosure and make it like a pretend duck blind or something like that. To make it look better, line the foot of the Rex skeleton to the ribcage of the Alamo. So that's why they've put the posture like that, so that you can... The thing is, what, are you supposed to do it... I mean, what even angle are you supposed to do that at? Like that? So that's I would say that's probably as close as you're going to get it in game without using mods. It still just looks silly as a posture. And again, maybe I don't want to have the Alamosaurus skeleton there all the time. Maybe I just want to have the T-Rex skeleton there on its own. That is stupid, just to have it postured like that. I know it's... Again, I know they're taking it from the visitor center, but why not give us something generic that's a bit better to use? And I definitely think that is it. So we've got the 2 maintenance sheds. No new aquatic... So again, the aquatic... There's no new aquatic decorations, which again, I lament. I'm basically the only person who defends the lagoons in this game and are constantly trying to come up with things for the lagoons to do. And I think it's disappointing that we don't have anything for the lagoons. You could do the same thing with the Rex and Spino. I mean, you could probably... Let's see how that looks, actually. Let's grab the Spino. And then let's put the Rex next to the Spino. Yeah, no. I just don't like that posture. It's such a flippin' weird posture. It kind of works, but the Spinosaurus has a different, you know, it doesn't have the rocks under it. It has those bamboo things under it, so it does look a bit strange. So is that definitely everything? Those decorations, we got the pylon, the new paths. It is Lima. You came behind the complaining. It is supposed to be a reference to the first film, but the problem is it looks dumb. It just looks thick. Using mods, you could stick rec. We could. Let's try to save the Rex skeleton, shall we? What color rocks did they even put under it? See, that's the other thing. The rock type that they've used, it's not. They haven't used a rock texture that we have in game. It's nice of them. I mean, you could just do something like rock is just a shy off being tall enough. Can we? That's potentially a bit better. Yeah, so using mods, you could attempt to save the Rex skeleton and make it look less strange. You know, let's put a few. Let's do a nice little scene. Yeah, you can save the Rex skeleton with mods, but the thing is, I'm trying to think about this as a object that everyone can use in game for all of their parks. The posture is very specific for one thing. It looks very strange. Doesn't really work with every single park. If you don't use mods, this is going to look really silly and very unsafe as well. There's no way you could get a skeleton like that to support its own weight on that one leg alone. You would have to have something supporting the other leg, because that would just fall over. It doesn't matter how big a girder you put through that leg, because there is a big piece of solid iron through there. But, you know, you're going to need more support than just that. Because Frontier wanted a Kung Fu fighting Rex. I mean, the Alamosaurus skeleton, which I'm going to call an Apatosaurus skeleton because that's what it is. You know, that sort of posture is something that you could use all over the park, because it's not an outrageous posture. It's not doing anything weird. It's nicely supported. And it looks fairly generic, so you can get away with calling it any sauropod you like. The Rex skeleton, yeah, not sure on. How tall is the... Actually, I wonder if it would stand on the... Oh, it would. Hang on. Let's put that there, and let's use some Kyodenic mod magic and just sink it a bit into the ground. There you go. I can have it. Why is the toes up at that weird angle too? That just looks painful. Anyway, there you go. You can have it standing one leg on the Jurassic Park sign. Maybe phase a little planting under it. There you go. That actually works quite well. I might do that for one of my parks. But it might be the only time I actually use that Rex skeleton. And yeah, that's all. Am I missing anything? I mean, the gate, the new fence. I don't think I am missing anything. So, what do I think? Let's see. Well, the murals are obviously... they're really good, and I can see myself doing some really interesting things with this. I mean, you can basically, if you're using mods at least, and I'm glad that the hitboxes, I mean, I know where the hitboxes will be for console players, so the hitboxes will be a bit iffy, but you could basically create your own little indoor visitor center area, joining all of these together. Yeah, making roofless buildings. And then you can obviously use these as lining for your parks. Okay. Something like that. Obviously, if I remove these bushes, there you go. So you can use these for lining as well, which is nice. Play the game on modified. The hitboxes on the wall are small. Well, that's good. One of the biggest reasons for Kyodenic's Move It mod is because the hitboxes on a lot of these buildings are too big. You cannot place them where you want to place them. In fact, Sarcastically Inspired, one of the moderators for Evo, has discovered you can't place a lot of these, some of these gantries, archways, that's a better word, archways, too close to certain types of hatchery because they interfere with the hitbox. The gantry itself is actually really big. How large is that gantry? Where's a path? So it's actually, wow, the gantry itself is larger than conventional large path. It's almost, so it's what, two and a bit medium path width. That's pretty big. But yeah, I really like this gantry because we'll be able to use it anywhere, in any park, pretty much. Also, Fletcher, I'm no paleontologist, but I'm pretty sure a 9-ton Tyrannosaur would break its leg raising it up that high. Well, no, because I think if this was ground height, it would be fine. In fact, let's sink you down to ground height. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. It's the, you know what's wrong? It's the bend. This leg should be bent. This joint here needs to be bent backwards because it's that position of the wall. It should be bent backwards, and then this bone should be coming backwards, and then these bones should be on the ground here. In fact, shall we compare Mr. Rex skeleton to Mr. Rex real? Let's release a Rexy and just have a look at its walk animation, shall we? So if you look, if I can turn this way, so watch how that front, the leg closest to us, look how the joints are arranged in the leg. Can I actually pick that up? Can I pick him up and he'll continue walking? I want you to walk, God. You know, I want you to walk. But just look how the joints work. This bone is the lead bone. This bone is always bent backwards. So they've got the leg. Oh, I could pause, or I could slow-mo, I suppose. Let's build the Rex skeleton. Let's sink you down to ground level. There we go. And then let's put you on really slow-mo. So you can see there, as the Rex walks, this bone is facing backwards all of the time. It's behind. It only goes straight for a very quick moment. It never goes that sort of substantial angle. And these toes, they're never pointing up. Even as it comes forward, the toes are always pointing down. At least the claws are pointing inwards. So at least the hands match their in-game model. So yeah, it's a bad posture. And I'm not even sure that is the posture it has in the movie, is it? It's been a long time since I've seen the original film. I may have to go back and have a look. Because I'm not 100% convinced that posture is accurate. The skeleton has been placed by humans. It's not like it's alive. Okay. The skeleton's been placed by humans. True. Go to any museum in the world, you will see dinosaurs reconstructed accurately. In fact, when the whole, dinosaur tails should be held rigid behind them thing came around in the early 2000s, many museums changed all their skeletons. I know the Diplodocus replica that the Natural History Museum had over here, their skeleton was reorientated to have the tail directly rigid behind the animal. Just because it's been placed by humans doesn't mean that's an excuse for the posture to be wrong. If it's based on the movie and it's being done for movie accuracy, then okay, that's fine. I'm assuming so that's the posture the skeleton has in the movie, Caleb, is it? I'm assuming that's what you mean by. Nope, it's right. You're right there, Rexy. It is this. Wow, that's the posture it has in the movie. Okay, well then the posture of the thing in the movie was wrong. I suppose if you're going to have the skeletons from the film, you copy the posture. I still would have perhaps not copied the posture. I don't think any of us absolutely wanted 100%, those two skeletons from the visitor center to be identical. I mean, I would have accepted a skeleton that was slightly better. The log, nice to have a log. Again, why do we not have more of them? The Mr. DNA statue, I think, is bland and boring, and I don't think anybody is really going to use it in their parks. This gantry archway, really nice, really pretty. The mural piece is really nice. Nice to have a park gate that we can actually use, and actually use also for, background decoration and that sort of thing. These umbrellas, I suppose you could use them to do a beach scene. And use them as decoration too. This banner, it's okay. I would have had it use the obelisks. Where's the obelisk? I would have just had like a... Well, not exactly like that. I would have just had it something like that. Have this a different color. Remove the flames maybe. And just have a more Jurassic Park-esque feel to that particular banner. Because it does just look like... I don't know, the metal just isn't very Jurassic Parky for me. Hello, Dino Mummy. I can see the fire hazard there, yes, Bug. I suppose you could also combine it with that. Let's have a look. How does that look? That kind of looks okay, I suppose. If you want to combine it with something like that. It's actually too tall to combine with the existing. I suppose you could do something like this. Combine, combine the two eras and make a bigger display. Actually, I want to see how those statues look if we grab like a fountain. Oh, okay, so they are a bit too big. So we'd have to shrink them down a bit. But yeah, you could definitely place them in the fountains. Make a nice arrangement. Yeah, let's have a look at let's get the Rex. Can we... we might be able to position its other foot. No, I don't think we can. I mean, you'd need to sort out this little oddity at the back, maybe cover it up with some plants. But that would work. You could definitely, where are some plants? We wouldn't need many. Yeah, a bush. A couple of aloe veras. There you go. That handles it, and as long as you orientate it so that's the back of the fountain, that would work. And you could even go a step further and put down the curved mural piece behind. The curved mural piece is not the same curve as the fountain. That's a bit annoying. It is according to the hitbox, but it's not according to where the fountain actually is. But I mean, a few rough edges, but you could do something like that. Mural the back. That actually looks quite good. Apart from the obvious gaps, you fill them in with plants or something. Hello, Evo. We were just discussing the Rex. I was quite passionate about my opinion on it. Wonder if we could do something with the log and the Rex. Maybe we could sync and have the Rex on the log like that. That would also, I mean, that actually, let's grab bushes. That for me works the best way. Out of all of the attempts to make the Rex posture work, that is probably the nicest for me. Use that log, sink it down, put a few bushes and trees around it. That works really well. Obviously, the Apatosaurus Alamo just works fine regardless. You don't really need to do anything to it. This mural is really nice, though. I really do like that. Interesting that that one is slightly taller. Has anyone confirmed that that paths do go through here, by the way? Because obviously I'm playing with mods on. Do paths actually work going through the doorway of this particular mural? It does. Oh, that's nice. So you could definitely use that to as an entrance way for a particular exhibit. Even put the archway, you know, sort of. Where are we? Have the archway there. That'd be quite a nice entrance. How do the other decorations look alongside them? This is the other thing that you kind of have to look at with decoration mods. It's like how do these decorations fit in with everything else we're going to be using? I mean, I would say even the bias stuff looks kind of okay next to it in terms of the color. The contrast is not particularly too big. Are any of these light up, actually? Oh, okay. So Mr. DNA statue, Rex skeleton, and Apatosaurus that's definitely not Alamosaurus are light up. Why is Mr. DNA? I'm not sure about Mr. DNA being a light up. Mr. DNA is supposed to light up, I think. I think Mr. DNA is broken. I want to report that. Okay, so we can change the colors underneath the skeletons. It works quite well on the Apatosaurus. The Rex, not so much. Again, because of the weird posture the Rex is at. You don't get that much of a light show. And I'm disappointed that actually these murals don't have lighting. That would have been really nice. I mean, they've got lights here. Why don't we have lighting in the rest of the murals? That's so annoying. I wonder... So obviously, because I am a Lagoon, you know, Lagoon Defender, I want to have a look and see how these look with the Lagoons. So which of the decorations do we think would work the best? Let's check the Apatosaurus skeleton out. Hello, Neuron. Let's do the maintenance shed. The maintenance shed would work quite well, actually, because it's got no plants. Let's have a look at... that one's got fires, so we can't use that one. Let's have a look at that mural. And let's have a look at that JP sign. So let's sync them all down. It's sometimes very difficult to know just how far you have to go down with these. I think that's okay. think that's okay. So the Jurassic Park sign, if you're playing with mods, of course, you could definitely use that in your lagoons. Sink it down, put some core around it or a bubble thing around it. I actually think that looks really cool, actually. I really like that. I think that works quite well. Disguises the plants. Put a Tylosaurus in there because that's the mosasaur from the Telltale game that it's supposed to be. Put the Tylosaurus in there. And you've got a Jurassic Park themed, you know, little enclosure. The Apatosaurus, again, I suppose you can put lots of stones around it. Plenty of coral. Maybe some thermal vents. No, it would also work, I think, quite nicely. Be a centerpiece easily. The maintenance bunker obviously just works fine as a sunken maintenance bunker. I suppose you could also sink in some. Actually, I don't know how these play actually with Kyodenics mod. Okay. So you can't sink pylons down with Kyodenics mod. That we've learned something today. Um, that's fine as it is. And obviously the mural I have sunken too deep. Where has the mural gone? Interesting. The mural has... Oh. Okay, so Kyodenics mod may have to be updated for the new decorations, because that mural is gone. So be careful when placing some of the decorations underwater. But again, I suppose it would work when you're placing it underwater. And the log, obviously, the log would work underwater again, I suppose. I mean, the only problem with it is it's not a very particularly big log. Compared to our other existing decorations, it's pretty similar in size, so it's not a particularly large log. I think the best things for a lagoon decorating is to use the biggest stuff that you can. So the Apatosaurus skeleton, yes. The maintenance shed, yes. The mural bits, yes. If you really want to put a little Jurassic Park sign somewhere, yes. The log, not sure it's worthwhile messing around with. Especially not for a lagoon of this size, anyway. So yeah, that's... What's my overall opinion, then, of all of these? Where is Rexy? We'll follow Rexy around while I give my overall thoughts. Capture mode, cinematic. Next. No, you're supposed to just give me a dinosaur. Oh, I don't use this enough, so I don't quite know how it works. There we go. There's the dino. Okay, so what's my opinion then of the update? It's nice to have all these decorative elements added to the game. Can we go back? Can we go back to the Rex, please? Yeah, it's nice to have all these decorative elements added to the game again. I can see myself using bits of these decorations in various enclosures and various park designs. It's going to make it a lot easier to theme particular areas as well. There are some decorations that I think are not great. The T-Rex skeleton I don't think is very good. The Mr. DNA statue I don't think is very good. I don't understand why we need another set of tables and chairs. I would rather have gone with the bench. Cause a mosasaur swimming past a sunken visitor center is very appealing. Oddly enough, Barger, there is literally almost that very line in the video I'm editing, discussing larger decorations for the lagoons. I literally mention sinking a sunken visitor center into a lagoon. So I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that would be nice. Any other decorations that I think are not very good? No. I think it's just those three. The Mr. DNA statue, the T-Rex skeleton, and the table and chairs, which I thought were a bit strange. I really love the mural pieces. Oh, thank you, Green Eagle. It's nice to see that actually works. Since we activated it. Opinion on log. The log is nice, but I want more of them. Honestly, why just go with one log? It's not like it's film accurate to have one log. Oh, it is. It's the log that Alan Grant and the kids hide behind from the Gallimimus. That's why we only have one of them, because it's that one particular log that they hide behind from the Gallimimus. I bet you if you go and look at that scene and you check out our log to that log, I bet you it's the same kind of shape. That's why we only have it is the log, yes. Yeah, I'm disappointed we don't have more of them. I kind of wanted some different shapes, some different styles. The archways are nice, the gate is really nice, the murals are really excellent. The umbrella, the shut and open umbrella, kind of situational. You could use them to do a beach scene in an enclosure or for park building. Or even just to maybe, I don't know, cover up an area, cover up some of the exposed benches around the areas of amenities and such. Can I actually go back to the Rex, please? The follow camera is not very nice sometimes. Why is the Rex skeleton no good? I will explain it to you on the Discord, Evo, so I don't fill up the stream, because we've been going over it in the stream before. I'll explain it to you on the Discord, Evo. Yeah, overall, I think it's nice to have a free update focusing solely on decorative items. Yes, we got the new gates and the new fence, but decorative items is what the sandbox of the game... Yes, Rex. Decorative items is what the sandbox of the game runs on, lives on, dies on. More decorations are always good, regardless of what they are. I do, however, think that they could have done something bigger for the 30th anniversary. It's a really big anniversary. You know, it's the first film, 30 years. There's so much that they still could put in the game from that film. And in fact, when I finish the video that I'm editing at the moment, I will be showing everyone who watches it exactly how much there is that you could still put in the game from those original movies. Everything from species we don't yet have, skins we don't yet have, buildings we don't yet have, and... is that everything? Buildings, skins, species... yeah. And decorative items as well. So, yeah, please check out that video when it's done. It's taken me the best part of 4 days to get it made. So when it is done, I want everyone to watch it, please. So I would really appreciate people watching it, even if you just throw it on in the background while you're doing something else and just listen to what I have to say. But yeah, so that's my overall opinion on the update. Some good stuff in there, some not so good stuff in there. Nice to have new decorations, Frontier. I look forward to seeing your next proper expansion because I'm curious to see what you're going to do. Thank you everyone for joining me for this very quick stream. I am not a modding maniac. I just like to push games to be as good as they possibly can be.
To the point where they stop reflecting the game they actually are.
We will discuss this at a later point. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in and joining me with this quick little stream. I'll see you guys on Saturday night, not Sunday, because I'm helping Evo with her 12-hour stream on Sunday night. So I will see you guys on Saturday night for the usual Triclaw stream, where I think we will probably be doing some Jurassic World Evolution. Or I might play some Subnautica, I don't know yet. So yeah, thank you folks, I will see you on Saturday, and until then, stay safe, and good night everyone.